welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes, it's Matthew, it's Michael,
Hello.
It's Renee.
New set,
2022. Baby. It's a new set. It's
First
a
show
new
of the year.
Yeah.
First show of the year.
First show of the year.
In the brand new
Studio.
Downtown studio.
Downtown. The brand new downtown.
But really, what a long weekend it was. A lot to recap. So let's get started in the world of the National Football League.
Juju Smith-Schuster is blown up. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins.
Do not stand up with that man and let him just throw you out of the club.
On its way. It bounces off the crossbar, and it's good. Oh my goodness.
All right. What a Sunday it was in the National Football League. And let's get to the game that everyone was talking about the most. And while, you look at the matchup between the Bucs and the Jets, you would think that the Bucs would, win this game going away. But the Jets actually controlled this game most of the way, taking a lead into the fourth quarter. But, of course, we know Brady coming from behind.
Classic,
he ends up
dude.
throwing a touchdown with about 30 seconds left to Grayson, the former LSU receiver, and that gives them a 28-24 win. But believe it or not, the story wasn't, Brady throwing for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. It wasn't Zach Wilson probably winning Rookie of the Week again.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, great game by
us.
Antonio Brown. I want to say it was in the third quarter. You just all of a sudden you see him on the screen, rips off his pads, rips off his shirt, rips off his undershirt, tosses it into the stands, does jumping jacks with his shirt off in the end zone. Security almost tackles him, thinking he's a fan on the field, and he leaves the field. And then, after the game, Bruce Arians, Tom Brady allude to the fact that he is no longer with the team. So the AB experiment is over in Tampa Bay. And just some more context on this today, courtesy of Roto World, it's saying that Brown claims that he told trainers that he couldn't get back into the game because in his mind, he did not feel he was healthy. So that prompted Coach Bruce Arians to tell him that if he wasn't going to re-enter the contest, he should leave the sideline. And then he, of course, takes off his pads, does his jumping jacks, runs out the field. And I have to say, we were all watching this together yesterday. Has to be one of, if not the most insane things I think I've ever seen. And it's hard to really, make sense of it. What's
crazy?
what can we even say?
Such a bizarre moment, like in sports. We saw it live, so that's pretty dope. But initially I thought he was ejected. I thought he got ejected from the game.
Right.
At first, I didn't even know if it was live. Like, I thought they were showing. I didn't even know what the hell was going on.
Because we were watching Red Zone with the volume.
Yeah, I was like, is this a replay of this?
And they didn't mention it on Red Zone for like 15 minutes.
No, dude, it took them a while.
Yeah,
dude. What a crazy twist of events. I was thinking like this whole season that, who's back? I'm just thinking to myself, AB is back.
Great start to the season.
Yeah, dude. Remember the first game?
Yeah.
Went off. Him and Brady, Brady threw to him like a bunch of times and he had a bunch of yards. But dude, now all of a sudden it's over for him, dude. But he's been so quiet all year, and you thought like all that stuff was kind of
right,
in the past now. But so this has got to be some recent things have come to light for him, and like probably because Brady said after the game, have compassion and everything.
Right.
And we want him to get the best help he can or whatever. And so that hearing Brady. What got me thinking, like, there's got to be something. So he's been acting out probably recently, Antonio Brown. We just don't know about it.
Right.
Probably at practice and stuff. And And then Mike actually showed me something interesting this morning, Mike, that the catch thing or the incentives.
Yeah, the incentives, how close he
All
was.
that? Yeah. Oh, in the group chat.
So there's a lot of controversy here.
Yeah. Mike, what was that?
I have it right here. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of money.
I think they said on the radio it adds up to about $1 million
Yeah.
in incentives.
Yeah,
it was
basically.
like in 3 intervals of like 3.3 million or something.
For 6 catches, 3 touchdowns,
Yeah, what were
like
the incentives
200
again,
something
Mike,
yards, and they
that
were
he
each
needed?
8 more catches to unlock a 333,000 bonus. He also needed 55 receiving yards to unlock another same price, and then needed 1 receiving touchdown to unlock the same price.
Could have gotten all those yesterday.
Yeah.
Right, and it was his decision that
Yeah,
he
so
didn't
he
want to go in. You know what I mean? It
and
wasn't
then,
the other way
apparently,
around.
was he in the game before though? Because it sounded like after reading about it, like after the game yesterday, that he up to that point was like going in and out of the game like normal.
Right, he was. Yeah, and
I guess so were they not targeting him then?
No, but he had I think 3 catches. I don't know how many targets.
Let's see. I want to see now if he like what he did.
So it seemed like I thought it was more like I thought they said that he had some type of argument.
3 receptions for 26 yards yesterday.
Yeah,
and the longest ball he caught was 21 yards.
I
so
thought
he literally could have gotten that 55 yards in like another pass or 2 from Brady.
I thought it was. I heard that he had some argument with Brady on the sidelines. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. You saw Mike Evans try to calm him down before the whole thing happened.
Well, dude, what's interesting too? Remember, I kept saying right before when the third ended, it was not or immediate timeout.
Yeah.
But it was. Remember, we saw it live. Yeah. Brady went over to Antonio Brown, and I forget the other receiver that was sitting there. But whatever Brady said, I saw AB mouth. He just said, "Let's go." Like that's what it was like. So it seemed like.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, here we go. Like Brady's getting everybody riled up. Like here's the fourth quarter comeback, obviously, and then obviously everything went awry. So crazy shit.
I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, do we think that it's like as simple as that? It's CTE. Like, I mean, it's so
that's
hard
not
to speculate.
Simple.
Like, but I'm saying like it just like there's no. What I'm trying to say basically is it like are you convinced that it's out of his control?
Somewhat, dude. Yeah, I think it's like a chemical imbalance for sure in his head, and I keep thinking of the Perfect hit,
from
a few years back. Perfect might have did him in.
Yeah. And it's just
it's tough. We're gonna find out a lot more
because I just I've just always enjoyed watching him play because I feel like he catches everything. He's so dynamic, and he could still be the best receiver in the league. And it's just like I hate seeing talent go to waste.
You know what's crazy too, Barnes, though, but we'll probably never know, or at least we won't know for a long time if it's anything mental,
right?
Anything like that, unless he comes forward and says something like,
But
so that's why, and that makes it hard to tell if it's just him, just acting a fool,
right?
For lack of a better term, I don't know.
And Mike, I mean, do you make anything from it at all? Like, do you have any? I mean, is it just kind of are your thoughts kind of aligned with what we're thinking that it's some type of imbalance here? Or
I would say so, but I want to know more. I wish you would. Happy New Year, Mary.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I definitely want to see. I want to hear him talk about it.
Yeah,
and just
see. He won't. That's the thing. It's so annoying, right?
Yeah.
And then like
it is.
What we saw last week, like when the media is asking him questions, he just like is very like
he's probably in a rut.
Yeah.
I don't really obviously know anything of
But it seems like he's been in a rut since like he left Pittsburgh.
Go live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
After the game.
Yeah.
That was the first incident of Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That was 3-4 years ago, right?
I think even longer, honestly. I think it was like
after
a playoff win.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was Tomlin's post-game speech. He went on Facebook Live.
Right.
Which is, bro, it's crazy because that's when Facebook Live first came out.
Yeah.
That had to be like, I guess you're right.
5 years
4 or 5 years ago?
Probably 5, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. And then obviously
unsportsmanlike conduct, Mary.
Oakland Raider debacle.
Oakland, the feet, the gold mustache, all that stuff. So hopefully we get some clarity. Hopefully AB's all right. But we'll see what happens. Obviously the Bucs, happy to escape here with the win after almost losing the Jets. And really, I mean, for us, I mean, we're happy with this because, Wilson seems like he's improving game by game. And it seems like he's really developing a rapport with Braxton Berrios. He had another 2 touchdowns yesterday, one on the ground, one through the air. He's really developing and looks like he could be a future part of this team. So you take it because now, your draft position, I think they're back in the 4 or 5 spot. Seattle won yesterday, which obviously hurts our pick with them. And I mean, of course, like, it would have been like, Zach Wilson's biggest win of his career, but I think we'll take better draft position for now and just seeing the improvement. I mean, we were talking about it when we were watching the games yesterday. It was the most zip we've seen on any of his passes all season. And we want
confident.
we want to see this continue, and hopefully we will in the season finale against Buffalo. But time will tell.
Yesterday, what a great day if you're a Jets fan, honestly. Like, it went as well as you could have wanted. The loss is good. Individual performances were great. Obviously from Wilson, Michael Carter.
Happy New Year, Richie.
Happy New Year.
Anthony will be back Wednesday. Hopefully.
And then so that was great. Wilson looked good. The offense was clicking. The defense played well too. Obviously, Eccles gets another pick.
Yes.
Has Brady sign that ball after the game, which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then what other thing was this? Defense
looked good
played
finally.
Well, they've been inconsistent all season, so that was just another game where they played well. And then we lost. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
So got the draft, our pick is looking good. So the order right now, the updated NFL draft order is Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, the Jets, number 4, Giants, number 5, Panthers, 6, and then we're picking again at 7. Giants, it's the Seahawks 8. Pick, and then Giants 8 from the Bears.
Okay. So, and I just think for receivers, I mean, of course, like, he's been injured now and stuff, but you feel like you have, some receivers going forward with Moore and with Berrios. I mean, I would imagine Davis gets cut in the offseason if they get out of the contract, because that just unfortunately hasn't worked out.
Or Davis?
He
sucks.
And then you add, you really just need a number 1 receiver and a tight end, and then you really have an offense. You build around that offensive line, but obviously we got a lot of time between now and then, but just, you feel like you have some solid pieces moving forward. And you really want to model yourself after a team like Cincinnati, who yesterday clinches the AFC North title.
Another cigar.
34-31 over the Chiefs in a very exciting game. They came down to the wire and they were down multiple touchdowns, multiple times. Burrow keeps, helping them climb back here. I mean, he goes for 446 and 4 touchdowns coming off a 500-yard game. And then Jamar Chase, I mean, we've been saying it all year. I mean, what a stud. 11 for 266, 3 touchdowns, sets the NFL single season rookie record and single game record for receiving yards. So he's obviously a star.
And it just was set by Justin Jefferson in 2020.
Just was set by Justin Jefferson.
The young receivers in the league now.
Right.
Crazy.
Right. And
crazy.
And just what a job though Cincinnati's done, because they already have Tyler Boyd, and then T. Higgins is actually pretty good. The tight end Uzomah, has had some catches as well, and it's just like, that's how you rebuild a team. I mean, year after year, Cincy's number 1 pick. They have the worst record in the league. Seems like they finally have a coach, a quarterback. So really going to be exciting to see how they grow after this division that they've been in. Has been dominated by the Steelers, by the Ravens, and now they're the new strength of the division. It's just kind of ironic with Big Ben, most likely retiring. It's like a passing of the torch in a way. And for the Chiefs, this loss really stings because I don't know if it was officially clinched, but it put the Titans in the number 1 spot to get that bye. So the Chiefs, of course, would like to have home field throughout the playoffs. Now they might have to play on Wild Card Weekend. But, as far as an offensive perspective, they looked fine. I mean, Mahomes had 259, 2 scores. You had Damian Williams had 2 rushing touchdowns. And then I think it's Terrence Gore. He's been doing a good job running the ball as well. So, tough loss for them. But at the end of the day, they're going to be just fine. And it was just an exciting, riveting game. Just like the Raiders and the Colts. The Raiders edged the Colts 23-20. And this is really one of the better stories in the NFL. All that Oakland's had to go through between Gruden, between cornerback Damon Arnett, between Henry Ruggs, and the fact that they've been able to right the ship here to be 9-7 here and have a win and in game on Sunday Night Football against the Chargers. So that's a division game, a rivalry game, and they have a shot to get into the playoffs with an interim head coach. So Rich Bisaccia has done a great job, just a little known offensive line coach, and he's really had the team rally around him. Derek Carr yesterday, a touchdown, 2 picks, got it going. But what do you think about them? I mean, do you feel like if they are able to beat the Chargers on Sunday night, that they have a shot to do anything in the playoffs, or do you think it's kind of a one and done scenario there?
I feel like the AFC is too loaded, bro. Obviously any given Sunday or Saturday in this case, if it's a wild card,
right?
But yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's probably more of a one and done situation, just because you got the Titans, the Chiefs are better,
Right. And I think they would have to play the Chiefs.
Yeah,
if they did get the 7th spot.
Now that's interesting though, because that could be like a trap-esque type of game.
Because the Chiefs have beat them up pretty good, revenge spot.
Yeah, exactly. In the playoffs too, big stage. So we'll see. That'll be interesting, bro. A lot of parity this year in the NFL. We got lucky. It's usually not like this,
right?
But going into week 17, bro, or was it week 18, right?
Week 18.
We have there's playoff implications still on the line. So this is going to be great.
That Raiders Chargers game, that'll be the last game of the season. But we also have 2 standalones on ESPN on Saturday. So a lot of football coming our way. And it's funny too, like, you look at that game against the Chargers, you're just like, okay, I mean, the Chargers should win, but it's like, how many times have they been in this situation where they should win and then blow it? So I'm almost thinking the Raiders are going to win just because of that, literally.
I know. That's also kind of a trap game, honestly. I give it to I could see the Chargers losing that game, bro.
Yeah.
And it's a bigger game for the Raiders,
Yeah, it is. So, but it would be such a good matchup. Chargers win. They play the Chiefs in the wild card weekend. I mean, what a game that would be.
Chargers, young and up and coming team too, bro. It's just not their time, bro. But they got a good foundation there.
Yeah.
Like Herbert obviously is very solid.
I think the coach is good. I mean, obviously he's a little bit of a gambler.
Yeah. You like to gamble, Bond? Have you ever been gambling with him, Brian? Go to Mahagan. Wi-Fi sucks, huh?
Yeah. But hey, I mean, I think they'll be good for years to come. And then also the we didn't really recap it because it wasn't a close game, but Packers do clinch home field throughout the playoffs. So the NFC is going to go through Lambeau. Rodgers will probably rest next week in the season finale. I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. I honestly don't see any way that the Packers don't win the Super Bowl. I think everything's lined up for it. I think so too,
dude. Yep. And then I think that they're going to bring Rodgers back.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to look ahead, but they're in such a good place now. It's like, why would you leave? Look at that situation.
And
why would Adams too? Why would he leave?
Right. Oh, like, yeah. Bro,
no,
that connection. Did you see some of those throws last
bro,
night?
insane,
oh my God.
Man. Yeah. So it's like, dude, what do you leave?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, and the thing
Why
is,
would you
though,
do that?
there's been some like retirement talk. You know how he just likes to throw shit out there.
Yeah,
but
there's no
do,
way.
Do you think he's just
so
saying
highly
it
productive?
to
Yeah,
get more power,
yeah,
more
I
money,
do.
more say?
Yeah, because dude, he's nasty, bro. He knows it. He says it. Like, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
He might be the best in the league right now.
And I like the way their defense is playing too. Rasul Douglas, we've talked about it. He got cut a couple times this year, practice squads. He's got 5 picks in 10
and
games.
also, just to go back to Rodgers real quick, if it's like Rodgers or Brady right now, give me Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, and especially with Brady, I mean, his weapons are just very decreased than.
He doesn't have Antonio Brown, dude,
and Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin was.
I know, dude. They got.
Yeah,
they got ravaged with the injury bug, dude.
Which is still, good, but I just think Packers clear advantage over them, and it just seems like Rodgers can complete any throw he wants to,
dude, and he can run too.
Yeah.
He can throw on the run.
Yeah. So hopefully, the whole biggest thing I would be worried about would be Mason Crosby because he's had a very inconsistent
oh my goodness,
year.
Oh my goodness.
So hopefully, it doesn't come down to a kick.
Inconsistent as fuck this year, dude.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But Week 17 does conclude tonight on ESPN. And of course, Tony's favorite. There will be a Manning cast. I know Roger Goodell is going to be one of the guests, and I forgot who else was going to be on there. But we're gonna
think somebody that's playing now too.
Yeah, Rodgers.
Yeah,
is it Rodgers?
Yeah, I think
it is Rodgers. Yep. So we're gonna get the 7-8 Browns at the 7-7-1 Steelers, who are 2.5 point home favorites here. Total set at 42. So 8:15 on ESPN, and obviously, Big Ben has hinted that it's probably his last home game at Heinz Field. So I'm sure they'll have some type of ceremony for him there. And the Steelers, very long shots to make the playoffs here. Browns already eliminated. Steelers would need to win tonight and then have the Colts lose to Jacksonville, which, we saw Belichick make a statement yesterday. I think it was 50-10. They beat Jacksonville. So hard pressed to think that the Colts would lose to them with the playoff spot in the line. But you never know. And the Steelers are looking to keep Mike Tomlin's streak alive of being over 500 every year as their head coach. Obviously he came back in 2007. The Browns obviously are just disappointed that they don't have a shot at the playoffs here, but looking to end the season on the right note. I know Kareem Hunt's questionable, but I think they're expecting him to play. So if they could get that 1-2 punch with Chubb and Hunt, that's what they want to do, control the tempo here. And, going into this one, I mean, we see the Steelers every week. The offensive line is atrocious. They struggle to move the ball. They struggle to score points. So, I mean, you'd think that despite the Steelers being favorites here, that the Browns would have the upper hand. And also, with Baker being banged up, you can't expect him to really light it up either. So I think this is going to be a very low scoring game. But I am going to say that the Browns do win this one by a field goal. So give me the Browns 20, the Steelers 17. And unfortunately, Big Ben's, Heinz Field tenure goes out on a sour note as they drop this one. And that would be the total going under the 42. What do you think, Matthew?
Dude, this has got to be a dramatic game, bro. They got to get it done for Big Ben. Browns officially eliminated from the playoffs. Steelers are still on the bubble, I believe.
They have to win, and then Jacksonville has to lose next week, and then they have to win their game against the Ravens.
So a lot of stake here.
Yeah.
So they need a lot of things to go right. But I think tonight, dude, in honor of Big Ben, they're going to find a way to get it done. I think it's going to be a shittier game, dude, from both QBs. I can't really see this being a high scoring, valiant effort on offense. So I think it's going to be a defensive struggle, dude. I got the Browns defense tonight in my consolation game. So sick. But so what I'm hoping is tight game, dude. It's gonna be a close one. 23-20 Steelers over the Browns. Time expiring field goal from Chris Boswell, who's also on my fantasy team.
You said it first.
And there you have it.
Michael, who are you going with here?
Big Ben.
Wow. All right. So I'm left on an island, and we know I don't even need to ask her. We know Renee's on the Steelers tonight as well, being the avid fan that she is. So hopefully we get an entertaining.
Hasn't missed a game, Renee, in 10 years.
Wow. That's dedication.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get a good one. So like I said, 8:15 on ESPN. But for now, let's switch to the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls go. LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
All right. Another interesting night in the NBA. We'll start first. First game of the day yesterday, I think it was about 1:00. We did see the Raptors 120, the Knicks 105. Fred VanVleet lights them up, 35 points, 7 3-pointers, and Pascal Siakam 20, 14, and 7. But you did have a nice game out of Obi Toppin, 19, 6, and 6. And you get 19 out of RJ Barrett. But obviously, Julius out with health and safety. So that obviously is hurting the Knicks here as they drop their second straight to currently sit 11th in the Eastern Conference. A tough one, Michael. I mean, where are you at with the Knicks here?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you don't want to lose, but, Toronto does have a good amount of good players that are all healthy right now. So coming in, you'd think they were a better team than they have been. And yeah, I just want to see my guy Kevin Knox play. That's all.
Is he out of health and safety?
Yeah.
Okay, but he didn't play yesterday at all?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know.
So I mean, for you,
no, but Burks is good, dude.
You're so tight on Burks.
I know.
I mean, I think they could trade him for something decent. So I mean, if you want to move him. I mean,
I know him and Julius.
Yeah.
Jesus, what happened to him?
Brutal.
Who are you a bigger fan of at the moment? I feel like Burks has played better.
He has. I didn't want to say it because I just don't even want to say it.
Wait, I already knew what you were going to say.
Yeah, of course.
But are you at a point where you're more waiting, obviously for like Julius to come back, Knox to get more playing time, or waiting for the move, a trade before you kind of have a better feel about the team?
Yeah. I need to know if this is the team or not.
Yeah.
So we'll see after the trade deadline.
Yeah. I mean, I just, I understand, it's been tough with guys being out and stuff, but clearly, I mean, they should have a better record than they do at this point. I mean, the one thing that I would feel pretty good about is I feel like Obi's looked great.
Yeah.
He's exceeded my expectations this year because I was really down on him after last year. I just feel like he could dunk over anybody. And he's really just evolving on the offensive side of things. Matt, what do you think just about the Knicks? Like, do you feel like they're going to turn it around, or like I was saying, do you feel that it's very important for them to bring in some new pieces here?
I think they got to bring in new pieces. Clearly, it's not working with what they got. So I don't know what's happening to Randall, dude. I don't know. I have no idea.
Do you think it's pressure?
He had 5 points the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just in his head.
Yeah.
I think he's in his head. I don't know. I mean, I can't see him I don't think he's the type of player to see the money, get the money, and then kind of tail off. Maybe he is. I wouldn't know, but it just doesn't seem like that. So it's got to be something in his head, dude. He's got the yips. I mean, I don't get why, Thibodeau, we were talking a few weeks ago, it seems like he's eased up more about rotations and kind of playing the hot hand and kind of in-game decisions, like in terms of like who's on the floor. Some guys in, some guys out, who's hot, who's not, you know what I mean? Playing good defense. But really, it seems like the players are just letting him down. They're not playing like they were last year, dude. But love Obi, dude. I don't know why, dude. I remember when he drafted him, Stephen A was so tight. I was like, dude, what? He's gonna be nasty.
Let's listen to Stephen A,
so just
the basketball god.
No, he knows
that's why you come here and watch watch your sports right here, Sport.
Oh man, I would love to debate with.
But Obi's nasty, dude. Great, bright future for the Knicks.
Yeah,
bright future. Yeah. This is a little rough patch. But
Lawrence, you can never debate him. He's too smart.
Oh yeah, no, he knows everything. He knows boxing.
Too many big words.
He's a boxing aficionado.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get him on some UFC coverage, some more. I mean, come on.
I wish he was here right now.
Yeah. So do I, for sure. It's just funny though. Like you mentioned Randall, and I kind of compare it to like the Yankees with like Glaber and with Gary. Like it's like I understand like he's far, he's not even close to what you thought he would be this year. But it's like, I just feel like you can't trade him because it's like his value is when your value is low. I feel like you're better off taking the chance that the guy turns it around and just unloading him at the first sign of panic.
No,
You know?
100%.
So that's what I would think. So I think he will turn it around when he gets back, and hopefully the Knicks, start playing like they did last year. But obviously, a lot of season left, so we'll see how they do moving forward. The Lakers pick up a win last night, 108-103 over the Timberwolves.
Wow, dude, excited.
Evening that record to 19-19. LeBron 26-7-5. You got 22 points from Malik Monk, as well as 20 points, 5 assists from Russell Westbrook. However, he did have 9 turnovers, and I believe after the game he said he's not concerned about his play.
No, of course not.
Michael, are you concerned?
Yes. It's sad that you guys are like banking on Malik Monk every night to drop 20.
But the thing is, I think he can be an all-star.
I agree, but like that's not what you guys came in with.
I just so flabbergasted by that they thought it was going to be a good idea for Westbrook and LeBron to be together.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I can't believe that.
It was desperation.
Imagine if Chris Paul was there right now.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it definitely was desperation, but they were backed into a corner because Kuzma, obviously, I mean, we saw all the bricks he put up last year. So,
so just replace one brick with another brick. Yeah, that's smart.
No, it's good, dude. That's how you get it done.
And get a guy who plays the same position as LeBron, essentially.
Yeah.
That can't catch and shoot.
Yeah. But I still think he's elite at driving to the basket, though. That's the one thing.
Oh, my
God. Just from that perspective, Michael.
I know.
Westbrook?
Yeah, just driving to the
and
hole.
then clunking it at the rim. It's fun.
No, but he doesn't clunk the layups. He clunks the jumpers, dude.
So it's like, yeah,
Clunks
great.
everything.
Just a couple layups a game we get from him.
But honestly,
next time we play, I'm going to play like him. We'll see. We'll film it too. Obviously,
yeah.
I'll give you an exact replica.
I would imagine we're still a few weeks away from AD coming back here, so just gonna have to ride out the storm and just hope that guys like Westbrook and like Horton Tucker step it up, and Monk, if he can do what he did last night, that's gonna be huge. And eventually, if we ever see Kendrick Nunn, I think that could play a big role, of course. And we saw Rondo traded because he wasn't playing. I was surprised at that, but you just had too many guys that couldn't shoot on the team, so that's why they wanted to clear up a roster spot. We've seen them bring in Stanley Johnson here. I mean, 21 minutes,
Stanley
1
Johnson.
point, but guys that would never sniff playing time or play. I mean, Mario Chalmers is back in the league on the Heat. It's just reunions of all sorts. Austin Reeves last night, 2 points in 22 minutes. Horton Tucker, 2 of 7 from the floor, 6 points in 23 minutes. So it's just like you got to get more impactful minutes. I mean, Melo, 14 points, 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 7 from 3-point range. That's good to see. Avery Bradley, 14 points in 28 minutes. So it's just you got to have, maybe it's not even one guy specifically that's kind of being that second guy next to LeBron. But if you could just have a collection of guys doing what they can, I think that can go a long way. So we'll see, how they can compete as best they can, until AD comes back and until possible reinforcements, come on the way. Timberwolves, you look at this game, they're still missing Russell and Towns. Those are their 2 best players. They did have Anthony Edwards back, who had 18. Naz Reid, 23 points, 11 boards. He's a guy I could see getting moved possibly near the trade deadline. Contending team wants to pick him up because I think the Timberwolves are improved, but I don't think this is going to be the year that they make the playoffs. But obviously, we'll see what transpires moving forward. Just to take a look at a few games tonight that we'll go over. First one, we got the 23-14 Grizzlies at the 23-11 Nets, who just announced Kyrie on Wednesday will make his season debut. They are 7-point home favorites here. Total set at 228.5. This one, 7:30 on NBA TV. And, we saw, I believe it was on Friday, the Nets with the disappointing loss to the Sixers. So looking to rebound here. Grizzlies, have played pretty well. They've got kind of contributions from other guys other than Ja to really help him out. So I think the momentum's riding in their favor here. And I honestly would not be surprised if we get an upset road victory here for the Grizzlies. So I'm going to say they take this one 116 to 110. And Ja will go for 40 in the upset win. And that, of course, would be under the total set at 228.5. What do you see in this one, Matthew?
Let me look into Matthew's crystal ball. Let's see. All right, what I'm seeing is, I'm just kidding. That's Mystic Mike. But no, it's going to be a blowout, dude. Nets are going to scrub the Grizzlies tonight. They're getting ready for Kyrie, dude. This is the last. Are they going to play tomorrow night? I guess.
No,
before
they?
Kyrie?
No, I don't.
I'm not sure. Regardless, but they're getting ready for Kyrie.
Yeah, they're off.
We already have Durant and Harden going strong for Brooklyn, and dude, Ja has been carrying a lot of the load for the Grizzlies, dude. He's going to be an all-star this year, I would assume. He's been playing great. And the Grizzlies have been playing late as well. I think Brooklyn's going to swat him back down to earth tonight a little bit. And it'll be a close game, a little competitive game. 110-100 Nets over the Grizzlies tonight. And KD goes off for 40, 15, and 10. Triple-double.
All right. Michael.
KD, 50 points. They win by 25.
You know, I was going to say my favorite phrase, but I just figured I'd let you just do it.
Yeah. I knew you'd know.
No, because it's usually Durant, 50.
Yeah.
Nets by 30.
Yep.
Oh, man. But no, he's obviously a special player, and just kind of be interested to see how they, work Kyrie in for these limited amount of games that he's going to be available. And just how the playoffs works. I mean, how they're going to work with not having them available for home games is going to be interesting. It's almost like they're better off being a lower seed, like to be a 5th seed so that they have less games at home. But, obviously they're not going to sabotage their win-loss record. We have Matthew's Bulls. Now, is it 10 in a row that they've won, I believe?
No.
Are you sure?
It's like 7, I think.
Let's see. NBA standings. The Bulls have won 7. You're right.
Yeah.
So 7 in a row,
dude. I mean, can we just talk about DeMar? What a weekend for DeMar DeRozan.
2 buzzer
back to back, 2 days in a row.
Yeah,
2 days in a row, losing 2 at that moment in the game.
Right.
So if those shots don't go in, that's 2 losses in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at it like that, it's just crazy. And DeMar DeRozan really has the spotlight. He stepped into it, and the spotlight is on him, bro. He's embracing it. And he's having a career year, dude, in Chicago. He's found a great home there. Obviously, thought he would be with for his whole career. That's what the trajectory was looking like. Him and Lowry, they were close to, getting a finals there. Obviously, then DeMar gets traded to San Antonio, where really played very well, but the Spurs were so shitty at the time.
Imagine if he had caught him a couple years earlier.
Oh my goodness. But now, dude, he's found it with the Bulls, bro. He's the leader of that team. Levine's been playing well. Kobe White's been playing well. He had a triple-double the other night. And dude, we're rolling, bro. Clicking on all cylinders. Vucevic, and on the defensive side of the ball, we don't even have Caruso back yet, which is Lonzo, which is another 2 offensive plugins that make the offense that much more explosive.
And the defense.
And on the defensive side of the ball. So it's a great time to be a Bulls fan, dude. 14 games above 500.
Number 1 in the East.
Going into the new year. Young team. Mike, what did you say?
Number 1 in the East.
Number 1 in the East. And, dude, we got to keep the momentum going. We got great momentum. And just looking forward to tonight. Tonight should be an easy victory, dude. Probably going to win by 30. I'm going to go 135-105. 135-105. Bulls over the Magic. Dude, 50 points for Levine tonight.
Wow.
50 points for Levine tonight.
Levine is exciting to watch for sure.
Yep.
And just to give some context here, on what DeRozan's doing this year, 26.8 points per game. That's 5th in the NBA. 5.1 rebounds a game, 4.6 assists. And recently he's really turned it up. Last 7 games, averaging over 28 points a game, 6.3 assists, and shooting 71% from 3-point range. So obviously, you have to respect that 3-point shot of his, all the mid-range shots, all the driving he does. He's a matchup nightmare, and that's what we're going to see.
Mid-range assassin. His field goal percentage from mid-range is insane.
Yeah. I mean, probably one of the highest in the league. And I think you're going to see this be a major problem for the Orlando Magic tonight. So I'm with you in the mindset of there's no way that they can really keep this one close. Chicago's just too talented, and the Magic, just don't have enough talent themselves. I mean, it's that simple. And you don't have to worry about them resting anybody. They don't have a game tomorrow. So give me the Bulls 140-98 as they cover their spread, and the total would actually still go over despite the Magic being held under 100 points. Michael.
You both said it perfectly.
I already knew you were going to say it.
DeMar DeRozan's shooting 49.5% from the field this year.
Yeah. No,
Zach LaVine's shooting 49.9.
Yeah.
So there you go, right there. Just those two
throwing
guys.
down left and right.
Oh.
And
Zach LaVine also 41% from 3 this year.
I would imagine this one will be over early. The other game we're going to take a look at here, we have the Miami Heat coming in at 23-14. They are traveling to Golden State, take on the Warriors 28-7. The line has now been updated to 11 points for the Warriors in their favor as they do get Draymond Green back tonight. And the total has moved down to 215. Obviously, Green on the defensive end. And I think this game would be down to the last possession if Bam was healthy. But I think that's really going to do the Heat in here. And I do think, though, they'll be able to keep it relatively close for the whole game because we've seen them win games with every single person out in their team against playoff teams in the NBA. So no surprise to see them contend. But Warriors at home here are definitely going to be in the driver's seat. So I'm going to say they pull away late. Maybe they're up 2 going into the 4th, end up winning by 10. So give me the Warriors here, 118, and the Heat 108. So that would go over, and the Heat would actually cover the plus 11. What do you think about this matchup, Matthew?
Dude, I think it's gonna be a close one, bro. I think though the Heat don't have enough to match up with Steph and the gang in Golden State, and it'll be a hard fought battle, dude. 118 to 110. Warriors win the game.
Yeah. I definitely could see that. It's just so crazy to think that they're gonna get Clay back very soon.
I know, scary, dude.
Wiseman at one point.
Yep.
But I think that the one thing that I'm fully expecting it to work to even improve their team further, but you do have to keep in mind that there might be an adjustment period here because Clay hasn't played in the game in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are used to their roles now. We've seen like Jordan Poole have some big games. So I think there might be an adjustment period, but hard to not think that they're going to be at the very least in the Western Conference Finals this year after not, being in the big stage the last couple of years, losing in the play-in last year. Do you think it's far and away that it's going to be Warriors and Suns in the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. They're so talented. The 2 best teams in the league.
Yeah,
2 best teams in the league. The Western Conference is tough enough as it is. So with those 2 guys in the way, those 2 teams in the way, they're too much for other teams to handle. Like they can't match up.
And who do you?
They literally can only match up with each other.
Who do you think's better though?
Dude, I would have to give it. I think the Suns are a little bit more athletic and fast, and I think the Warriors are also obviously the same. It's so evenly matched.
Yeah,
so evenly matched. I'm gonna give the nod to the Warriors though, dude. Just championship pedgree.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that, dude.
Steph,
they're getting guys back.
Draymond.
I mean, you gotta just look at that and say they're not even at full strength yet. Ridiculous.
Kellerman's favorite player.
Yeah, give it to Iguodala. Iguodala.
Most clutch.
But Michael, your thoughts here? Heat at Warriors tonight. With Draymond coming back, what do you see happening in this matchup?
Steph 45, 9 for 9 from 3.
Ooh, yeah.
They win by 10.
Okay. I actually said they were going to win by 10 myself.
Wow.
So good minds think alike. So I would expect that, game to be relatively entertaining. That one will tip off 10 o'clock on NBA TV. But for now, let's move to the world of the National Hockey League.
McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal.
All right. So yesterday in the National Hockey League, pretty big surprise to me. I mean, obviously you look at the Rangers, they've played very well this season, but going against a team in the Tampa Bay Lightning, who they had beaten the last time they had played as well, they shut them out 4-0, and that's with Vasilevsky in goal. Shesterkin with the shutout on 38 saves, and they get a hat trick from Zibanejad, which was big. An additional goal from Strome. Just really good team hockey, and this is with Panarin in protocol, so he didn't even play. So all in all, I mean, I just think just a huge victory for the Rangers, and at a time where we've talked about this schedule, how rough it is for them. And to be able to, defeat the Lightning in a shootout on New Year's Eve and then to come back and beat them at home yesterday. I mean, I just think that speaks volumes to where the Rangers are at, for at this point, and just how much of a force they are in the National Hockey League, and to get 4 goals against Vasilevsky. I mean, I think that's just impressive in itself. And then to beat Tampa back-to-back games, I mean, hard to not be pumped if you're a New York Rangers fan at this point.
It's fucking awesome, dude. They look great. This is reminiscent of a few years back. I always talk about that time period, but I mean, they were so close, bro, with that squad they had a few years ago, and the Lightning, obviously, the familiar foe, dude, in that whole time period as well. So it's nice to be able to play this well and beat the back-to-back champs, dude.
Yeah.
So the Rangers are proving that they can stand toe-to-toe with the best in the league, and I think we're poised, honestly, for a deep run this year in the playoffs. It's exciting, bro.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
You came on board just at the right time, Barnes.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's fun, man. I can't wait till we can go to a game in the Garden.
Oh yeah, that's
against Michael's New Jersey Devils.
And I just love that the pieces are interchangeable. I mean, we've seen 4 goalies this year, guys in and out of the lineup, and it doesn't matter. It's next man up. Kreider's had such a good season. I mean, obviously, we know what Shesterkin has done in net. Fox on the defensive side, and that's just to name a few. I mean, everybody's really contributed in their own way, and you just got to give it to the Rangers.
I think the coaching too, bro. Love the coach.
Yeah,
and I think it had something to do with it, bro, because they weren't getting it done with the who's it? What was the other guy's name again?
I'm picturing it in my head.
Damn.
David, somebody. What's his name? David. This is bothering me. Oh my god. I know we're gonna find out in a second, but it's just like, because I just know I know it. Let's see. New York.
David Quinn.
David.
Yeah.
David, how are you?
Hey, David.
So yeah, I mean, that's really all you could say about that. And honestly, they do have a game tonight against the Oilers. But before we get to that, we've talked about the Oilers' struggles. And the other day, they lose to the Devils, who in their next game, which was yesterday, defeat the Capitals 4-3 in overtime. So all of a sudden, the Devils just springing to life here after a very tough start to the season, 13-15-5. And you look at the game yesterday that they win in overtime. You get 2 goals from Heeshire, 1 goal from Shinarkon, and also Severson. And I know the other night Hughes had 2 goals yesterday, 2 assists. So the Devils, trending in the right direction. So to beat quality teams like that is impressive. But as we go into this matchup for the Oilers in the Rangers tonight, Oilers 18-12-2. Rangers 21-8-4, minus 125 on the money line. Total set at 6.5, and they are going to go with Gorgie, as Tony would say, in goal tonight. Back to back, they don't like to run the goalies out there, so obviously not as good as Shesterkin, but yet we've seen him hold his own before. But I just don't know, if this says more about the Devils or the struggles of the Oilers. The fact that they're losing these games, back to back. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, honestly. The way that they've struggled. I mean, is
streaky,
it just,
dude, all year, bro.
I guess, really though, it's like maybe we just because they started out so good that we got ahead of ourselves, because they haven't with McDavid. I mean, they haven't been a championship team, and I think we just automatically put them in that conversation because of the hot start.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So It's crazy. I think right now they're in the last wild card spot. Which you would have never thought when they started the season. So you look at this game. I mean, we know about McDavid, we know about Draisaitl. For the Rangers, having Gorgie in net. I mean, are you confident that they keep the winning going here, Matthew, against?
Yeah, like you said, dude, next man up, and I think they just continue with the momentum that they got. They're coming off a great win, beating the Lightning, like we just talked about. They played great back-to-back games against the back-to-back champs.
Yeah.
So keep the momentum going, bro. We're gonna get it done tonight, and 4-1 over Edmonton.
4-1. So Rangers. Wow, and actually the line has changed now, probably because of Gorgiev getting the start.
Of course, you guys always talk about the goalie.
Yeah,
how they shit the line. Yeah.
Minus 120 for Edmonton now, but I'll agree with you. I'll say Rangers, and I'll say a little more higher scoring here. Let's go 7-5. Actually, so goals all over the place.
And an extra point, huh?
I could see Kreider maybe matching Zibanejad with a hat trick here. So give me the Rangers, give me the over. And it's just a fun time to be a fan of the New York Rangers. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. And I look forward to seeing them continue this stretch. And you look at in goal, I mean, Shesterkin 15-4-2, but Gorgiev's been 5-3-2, so definitely holding his own. You'd like to see the save percentage a tad higher. Right now it sits at 902, but better than what Huska, the former UConn Husky, was able to do in his one start. And Kincaid did get the win that time, but you know that Gorgiev is a step above him. So look forward to seeing the Rangers continue their winning ways. And that's actually the only game on the slate tonight. We were supposed to get Hurricanes, Maple Leafs, Wild, Senators, but Canada, the protocols, all of that. So we do have cancellations across the board on the rest of the games. But tomorrow we will have a bigger slate. Devils back in action. So, looking forward to that. But for now, we'll just watch the Rangers, 7 o'clock MSG. Definitely recommend everybody tuning in. But other than that, fellas, I mean, anything else that sticks out to you in the world of the
sports?
No
sport. I mean, great first show of the year.
Yeah.
That I will say. That I will do.
Yeah,
say.
Love the new setup.
Yep, love it.
Yeah.
Michael, something's
great.
Josh Giddey, 19 years old, 84 days, becomes the youngest player in NBA history to secure a triple-double.
And that was
breaking
LaMelo's record?
Yes.
Okay. So Giddey.
And Giddey was saying if he could have half the year LaMelo had as a rookie, he'd be
sign
happy.
up for it.
Yeah. When he got drafted.
I mean, maybe bright future for the Thunder, some draft picks.
Yeah, him and Shea.
Shai. Yeah.
Shea. Tomato.
What is it actually, though?
I think it's Shea Gildress.
But people say Shai, but they're mispronouncing it. Okay. That's what I thought. But yeah, he's special.
He's got a great YouTube too.
Oh, he does?
Shea.
Okay. I'll have to.
During the bubble, it was great.
I'll have to definitely.
So funny.
Definitely checked it out. I just remember him. The Clippers had drafted him on draft night and then traded him. Imagine if they still had him. But I don't know if that was part of Paul George or not, or whatever. It was a trade, though. I just forgot what it was. They had like 2 first-round
picks.
It
might have been part of Paul George because he was from OKC.
Yeah, actually, no, because he played a year on the Clippers. That's what it was. It wasn't a drafted trade, but
cool.
Just good stuff.
Great
we
show.
Love the youth.
Oh
movement.
wait,
Happy New Year,
Solo.
everybody.
Do you want to get Solo in here?
Solo, where are you? Is he here?
Let's see.
Mr. Locks.
Quick.
What's going on?
Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year, dude.
Happy New Year. How we doing?
Good, dude. How you been, man?
Great. I just tweeted out my NBA card. I got like more than 12 plays.
Wow. Okay. So look forward to hearing that real quick before we get to the basketball. I know we still got time before the game. Early lean on the college football national championship game.
Bama plus the points.
Isn't it? It seems like it's too good to be true, but I don't even care. It's Bama all day.
I mean, people are saying that Mechie being out is a big deal, and I agree. Mechie is a really good player, but like you see with Ohio State and Jigba, he just did everything. So I just expect Jameson Williams to do everything.
Yeah.
And I've never bet against Nick Saban in my life, and I will never do it.
You can't do it. And we saw that streak with the assistants.
He's like Belichick. I don't bet. I've never bet against Belichick before.
Yeah. No, and just overall though, I mean, are you expecting that game to be close, or could you see that?
Bama's gonna whoop them again.
Really? And you think high scoring or like a shutout?
My final score prediction is gonna be. I'll give Georgia like 18 points, and Bama's gonna score like 41.
So that would be the under. Do you know what the total set up?
I don't know the total.
But I would think, I mean, the total's got to be like 58, 59.
Potentially. I could check. When's the game?
The game is going to be a week from today.
Word.
So that, should be a good one. But as far as the NBA is concerned, I mean, what would you like your best pick for tonight?
Hornets 2.
Hornets +2, and that's against Indiana?
No, the Wizards.
Wizards. Okay, yeah, that was
my team.
Night. Okay. All right, so Hornets +2, and then what about on the total side? What's your favorite total?
Under
in that game.
In that game.
Okay. Double dip.
And over in the Blazers game is my lock of the year.
Oh, so that's actually your favorite pick, the Blazers
lock
over.
of the year.
And just taking a look here, the Blazers. So that's against the Hawks. And
226, I got it at
226. Okay, so you're saying
5 units.
The over. Wow, and okay, we got some guys out here, but Dame's out.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, but just is it more of there's just literally nobody to play defense? That's kind of your mindset.
Oh, these are the 2 worst defenses in the league, Brian.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Fair enough. Anything else that stands out to you?
Heat +10. I love it.
Heat +10. Okay.
You could give me Jimmy Butler with 4 high school basketball players. I'd take them +10 against any NBA team.
Great coach team, great organization.
Bolster second half adjustments.
Any thoughts on the Utah game?
I was on Utah -10, and then Valanciunas got announced in, so I'm only on the over.
Only on the over. Okay, yeah. Utah's been one of the better over teams this year. Total 228. And I could just see them torching this Pelicans.
Oh yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
All right, and then any play on the Rangers Edmonton game?
Rangers money line. I hate the Oilers.
Dude, isn't it insane though? They were the best team in the league for the first 2 weeks, and then now they've just fallen off a cliff.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say it. I'll die on this hill. Drysaddle's better than McDavid.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean,
I've always thought that.
You think about the overall game with all the assists as well. And then what's your thoughts on the 6.5 for the total? Gorgiev and net. I mean, what do you think there?
Over.
Wow. Okay. So shootout. I mean, hard to argue with the backup tender. But yeah, I mean, Oilers especially after losing to the Devils.
Give up 7.
Yeah. Is Skinner in net? Do we know?
No idea.
But either way,
it might be Miko.
Okay, but either way, yeah, their goalies just haven't done a good job this year.
I got no. It's Mike Smith, even worse.
Yeah, he's trash.
Okay.
And then other than that, I mean, anything? I know it's a small slate, but anything in the college world?
No, I'm done with college.
Really? Are you gonna resume for the tournament or no?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Can I read off my card?
Yeah.
All right. So I already gave out the first 2, so I won't even say them. Grizzlies +7, over 227 in the Nets game. Bulls Magic under 221. Pistons Bucks over 225. Over in the Jazz Pelicans game. Hawks spread. Hawks Blazers over. Mavericks Nuggets under. Heat +10. Golden State game over. Clippers game under. Timberwolves plus the points.
You heard it here first.
Mm-hmm. I'm whatchamacallit, 33-14 in my last 47.
Is that overall or NBA?
NBA.
Wow.
And a push.
Always got to put that one in there. But all right, great. Well, yeah, thanks.
Oh, by the way, you could go to Solo Lock's Twitter. I threw one dart at a dartboard for the first touchdown scorer, Baker Mayfield. It landed on 6.
Wow, Baker Mayfield for the first touchdown.
Baker Mayfield. I kind of like it too.
And then just quickly here at the end, thoughts on spread and total for the Monday Night Football game.
Browns plus 3-3, and I haven't looked at the total yet.
But hard to take it over with the Steelers' offensive line, or no?
Yeah, I don't know. I hate the Steelers, dude.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, they can't score. So I feel you on the Browns, though. I think even though, Big Ben's last game.
The Browns have the, what is it, second best rushing game, third, and the Steelers defense is second to last in the league.
Yeah, so see you later, Big Ben. But yeah. Look, we'll see what happens tonight. But as always, thanks for the picks and thanks for joining us, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Did you know I did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs?
I wasn't sure if that was a line from Star Wars.
It's not. That one's from Die
Hard. He has a way with words.
He does.
He really does. But another great show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Keep commenting, liking, subscribing. Get some merch. DowntimeTV.com, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony. Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.